Hello there. I am the Digimon Professor. You might know me from having a very high obsession, bordering on sexual, with one particular Digimon. This guy, Armadillomon. Men want to be with him, and women want to be him. He is, hands down, the coolest Digimon ever. Don't at me, don't give me your inferior opinions on Agumon. And having quite a high autistic obsession with this character has caused me to get a lot of Armadillomon merchandise. And today, I would like to show you all my personal collection. And because I have no talent, I will also be ranking them in a tier list. So we're going to start with the cards. The first Armadillomon card released in BT1, it has a DP cost of 4,000, no effect, but it's cheap as hell play cost, allowing you to just spam this guy out. Yeah, the one memory to digivolve from a stage 2 sucks, but you know what? Fuck it. It works. It works because you're not playing it to evolve, you're playing it to put something cheap on the board. The next card that came out in the current TCG is BT3, and unlike BT1 Armadillomon, this just sucks. And it sucks because of that play cost of 3. It's no longer cheap, it's no longer something that you can just spam out, it just exists. I swear I don't dislike this card because it's yellow. My wife is Chinese. We wouldn't see another Armadillomon card in the TCG until BT8, and this is hands down my favorite Armadillomon card in the current TCG. This beautiful watercolor effect is really, really nice. It is a stunning artwork, drawn by the one and only Kenji Watanabe. DP of 2,000, which is half of the other Armadillomons in the TCG. However, it comes with a really nice effect. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add one 2-color yellow card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. This is really nice because a lot of cards in BT8 that were introduced to support Armadillomon were 2-colored, such as Digimon and Submarimon. So this is a really nice effect. Plus, it gained an additional source that it can evolve from, now being able to evolve from a blue or a yellow, unlike the other one which was locked to blue or locked to yellow. This card is so nice that it actually got an alt art. I really adore the slash effect that Armadillomon is going for here. It's expressive, it's dynamic, it's beautiful. Not too sure if I like my boy bullying Upamon and Subamon here, but you know what? It's fine. One thing I forgot to mention, I fucking adore the little Patamon that's poking out behind the bush there. Nice little reference to the fact that they Jogress in the future. Also, this fucking little mole that Armadillomon's playing with. Bit of a missed opportunity that it's not a actual armadillo. But hey, it's fine. He has cool glasses. Me like. There would be a bit of a drought for Armadillomon cards, but we got 2 back-to-back really, really quickly. The first one I want to talk about is the one from BT16. This is a DP of 2,000, play cost of 3. However, it's got a Digivolution of 1, just like BT1 Armadillomon. It's unfortunate, but it does have a nice upside being able to Digivolve from Upamon for free. So I guess there's that. The artwork is really nice, and I love the little salute Armadillomon's giving. It's very expressive and it's very nice, but I don't think it beats the Kenji Watanabe water paint. Its effect: on our turn, once per turn, when one of your other Digimon is played or Digivolved, if it has the free trait or is yellow, gain a memory. Memory boosts are really nice, very, very nice to see. Interestingly enough, this is a 2-colored Armadillomon, our first and our only one currently, being black and yellow. Plus, this is our first Armadillomon to have an inherited effect, and that's just adding 1,000 DP to whatever Digimon you have. It's pretty good, it goes against the norm for a lot of yellow cards. Overall, this card is really nice, but I do like BT8 more. We would also get another Armadillomon card released as a promo. This was a movie promo that was given out when you attended Digimon Adventure 02 at the beginning. Unfortunately, Bandai hates Australia, and I had to wait for a fucking box to get this. 1000 DP, Play cost of 3, but it's pure black. Look, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not a fan of this really, really low DP cost. It's the bare minimum that you can get. It's unfortunate, but it does have a fairly nice ability, which is worth using. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 black or yellow card with 2 or more colors, and 1 tamer card with Cody Hitter in its name among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of your deck. Very similar to BT8, but you're actually able to get a lot more out of it, as you're able to not only get a 2-color black or yellow card, but you can also get a Cody in your hand really quickly. This also has a nice inherited effect. End of your turn, this Digimon and another of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand. This is a fairly decent ability, but it's not one that I care for a lot. It allows you to DNA Digivolve, but suddenly change your opponent's attack strategy. I'm a bit meh on this card. The other thing I'm meh on about this card is its artwork. It's just a stock image from Bandai. However, this also got an alt art. This one is Japanese, but it's still really beautiful. I love the bubbles that are floating around, I love the action pose, and I love the glint on this card. It's just beautiful. But that's it for the TCG cards, because we do have a couple of others that I want to quickly show off. First of all, the Armadillomon KU card, sponsored by Alex of Digital Dream 09. I'm going to be completely fucking honest with you guys, I've got no idea what the fuck I'm looking at here. It's just a stock artwork of Armadillomon. I guess it has decent stats for the game. There's also a nice blurb on the back. Feel free to pause and translate it, I can't be bothered. And it's actually made out of a pretty thick material. It's pretty thick and it's a decent material. But again, I just don't know what I'm looking at here. It's just a card. I guess it's a rare, so that's nice. Another card that I've got is from Digimon's Battle Spirit card game, which didn't last this long for this particular set. And good God, what a fucking beautiful artwork. Armadillomon's not really a Digimon that you think of flying, but seeing him diving down through the sky is really cool. Unfortunately, I don't read Weeb, so I've got no fucking idea how this works. So, you think I'm done there? Nah, not in your life, pal. I somehow got my hands on this particular card. Any guesses what it is? I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. Armadillomon. More specifically, the 6 of Spades. For this particular poker game set, based around Digimon Adventure 02, Armadillomon's been trusted with the number 6. I only have the 6 of Spades, but I probably will track down the other suits just so I can have them. It is unfortunate that it's just a stock image, but I mean, it's meant to be a cheap playing card, so I'm okay with that. And to end off, not technically a card, but I wanted to show it off anyway. A Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning bookmark that I got when I went to Japan. If you haven't seen that video, go fucking watch it. It's alright. It's not subtle or nuanced, but it's alright. Again, stock art, but I mean, it's just a bookmark, so it's fine. Sudden bonus cards that I completely fucking forgot about because fuck Hyper Coliseum is Hyper Coliseum. So, starting off with the first card in the line, ST117. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys at home. I've got no fucking idea what it's trying to tell me. I guess Armadillomon is an A, as in stick it in my A-hole, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Hyper Coliseum. I think it was probably the weakest card game that Digimon's ever done. And that's just because of the card art. It's just the official art slapped on a generic background, and they don't really do anything special with it. In fact, they don't do anything special with it because the next card that I have from Hyper Coliseum is BO455. It is literally the same card, except it's got a little D icon for Dick, or Digimon, and C for cunt. It does say that Armadillomon is nature spirits too, which is interesting, but it's literally just a 3D render of the original card, and that's it. But I guess it's 3D. Ooh, fancy. And you guys wonder why I don't like Hyper Coliseum. Our next card in the Hyper Coliseum set is the same ST17, but this time it's got a really, really fancy texture. And I'm gonna be honest here, I actually kinda like it. It looks like it was a reprint, because you can see down here it says 2013 down at the copyright year. And if you compare it to the original, which was made in 2000, this was I guess, a celebration that Armadillomon's now a teenager. Only 5 more years and he's legal. All in all, I kind of like it for its gimmick. I like it for the gimmick. It's got no texturing on the back. If you compare the two, it's literally the same card. But I really like its texturing. It feels nice to hold, and the way they did this texturing is very unique. Because the texturing applies to the background of the card, but Armadillomon is its own separate texture. I don't know how they do that. It's pretty interesting. Me like. As a gimmick, I guess. A very weird Armadillomon thing that I have in my collection. Armadillomon money box. Everything is painted, it's detailed, but for whatever reason, they decided to paint Armadillomon's tail spikes. They've always been yellow. Everything has it depicted as yellow. But here, they decided to paint it grey. I'm not complaining because it's very unique, it's very cool, and I like it a lot. And the only way to test out a money box is to put Australian Monopoly money in. I've got it sorted from biggest to smallest, so let's start with the Australian 5-cent coin. The Australian $2 coin fits in there very nice and snugly. Going up a size, we're going to the 10-cent coin. Fits in fine. The $1 coin fits in perfectly fine. The 20-cent coin, and by the way, my fellow Australians, if you were to test the grip on your tyres right now, remember, the bill of the platypus must touch. That's a lesson that you must learn. And it's something that I could potentially get in there, but I don't think I could get it out. The 20-cent and the 50-cent coin don't fit in Armadillomon. And by the way, if you ever played Knuckles and you whipped out a 50-cent coin, you're a fucking cunt. That shit fucking hurt. It's a very unique thing in my collection, and I fucking adore it. It's just funny. It's funny, and I like it. To coincide with Digimon Adventure 02, a Omedon plush, I think that's how you say it, was released. And I got Armadillomon. Are you fucking surprised at this point? This is fairly well detailed. It's very stylistic because a lot of them are just these little beans. And I mean, Armadillomon works well as a little bean. I like the little claws here. They're all well detailed. The nice little purple belly feels especially nice, especially with the beans inside it. I do find this part a little weird. Like, I don't think it's meant to be like that, but it's alright. The eyes, the nose, the mouth are all embroidered in, and it looks really good. It's a fun little stylistic plush, and I love him. He's good. Just a nice little thing that I can piff at people when I get bored. Another plush that I have is this one. Now, I'm not super familiar where this guy came from. Comments, feel free to let me know. Its eyes are a bit damaged, but I mean, this is from the mid-2000s. It's also missing a red stripe here because it's all glued on. But it's nice. I had to stitch it up because there was a hole in the plush here, but it's good. Everything is here. It's very well proportioned. All in all, this plush is really cool. It's not super detailed, but I don't think it needs to be. I think it's perfectly serviceable. Another Armadillomon plush that I own... Oh, wait. It's an egg. But, inside the egg... is Armadillomon. Who would have guessed? It's not super well proportioned, and sometimes you can get derpy faces like this. But you know what? For a little gimmick, this is pretty cool. I like it a lot. It did come with others in the line. For example, there is a Hawkmon version of it as well, and a Vmon one that I don't own. But no one gives a shit about Hawkmon, so fuck that off. These sets of plushes are quite popular, especially with Pokemon, where they invert into a Pokeball. And I'm going to get into my complaint about this plush. One of the plot points of Digimon Adventure 02 was the fact that they would revert to their in-training form. And the fact that this converts into an egg instead of Upamon and Horomon or Demi-Vmon is a really big missed opportunity. I do like this guy a lot, and I think he's very cool. It's very unfortunate that it's missing a easy slam dunk. Okay, I don't know where the fuck I'm slotting this one in, to be honest, but the fucking Digimon 02, the beginning pen. Yeah, okay, well, it's a pen. Let me open it. So, here you go. This is the Armadillo pen. Just has an artwork wraparound of Cody and Armadillomon. Or should I say Iori and Arna Dim. But it's... I was expecting it to be made out of metal. It's actually made out of like a pretty cheap feeling plastic. But nice and clicky. Actually feels a bit weird in the hand because it's a lot bigger than your average pen. Giggity. But all in all, I mean, it's alright. I guess I should probably use this. Welcome to the Digimon Professor's Draw My Life extravaganza. Just kidding, it isn't 2012. No one gives a fuck about that shit anymore. Of course, drawing with the illustrious pen. I thought of like a really funny joke. And I'm like, oh yeah, this would work. But now I'm sitting here and I'm like, fuck am I actually gonna draw? I guess we can just start with the man himself. Hang on, we'll do a little button nose. Oh fuck, I fucked it up a little. Let me just... There we go.
Kind of sucks that my kitchen table's all fucked because I did like soldering on it once and now it's all cunted to shit. But that's my fault. You know, let's do a cool kick-ass perspective thing. We'll do like the diamond there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's looking good. He's looking pretty fucking fly. Let's do his little sideburns. There you go. Just close it up. Oh, alright, let's probably should have just got AI to do this part for me. It would have worked so much better. Did you know I actually used to want to be a comic book artist as a child? It was like my dream job. Unfortunately, I have no artistic talent, so I'm a little fucked there, unfortunately. But let me do that. Give these little arms. Plus, I have like no storytelling expertise either. It's just all bullshit, really. I just like to wing shit now because I'm just so fucking lazy. Oh, you know what? I just kind of cunted it because I put his body in the way. You know what? I know what to do. Let's do that and let's give him a. There we go. Maybe we do his claws like that. Oh yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. And maybe he's oh fuck. Well, where is his legs gonna go? You know what? His legs are just gonna be here, I suppose. Oh, so already running out. This is brand new. Look at that shit. That's fucking crap. 0 out of 10. I want my fucking money back. Come on. It's clearly not designed for haha funny comics. Would you guys buy a comic made by me? I fucking hope not. I hope not. I hope this is like the deterrent. This is what makes people say, fuck this. We're not fucking touching anything the Digimon Professor makes. Let's put him on a put him on a couch, I reckon. I fucked it up a little. That's alright. Look, yeah. Going to be the cushions there, I suppose. Yeah, go do that. I don't know what's going on here now. Detail on the armrest, I suppose. Let's do his eyes. The pen smudges, but that's probably just because I fucking hold my shit like a fucking caveman. Like that. Let's give him a little what? Sheet, Cody. Chic. Yeah. All right. There you go. There you go. Drawn by the wonderful Armadillo pen. I will be giving this drawing away to one lucky viewer. Lucky being the operative word. Just kidding. Just kidding. This is going on a fucking t-shirt. Would you wear this shit? Would you wear this shit? I hope not. I hope not.
The next big Armadillomon thing that I own is the Armadillomon Deluxe playset. Holy shit. He is very well detailed. Everything is in the right place. It has a little bit of articulation with a swivel here, and a swivel here. And it even has Armadillomon's little paw prints. However, I did mention that this is a deluxe playset. If you flip the ear, this will unlock... Ooh! It does come with a few accessories. First one is this control spire. It's got the digicode written in there. It's exactly like the monoliths from the show. It's very nice. And it just plugs in right here. Another accessory is this incredibly tiny Cody. I can't even get that to focus on the camera. It's so fucking small. There you go. It's got most of the details, except it's missing its face. Jesus Christ, that's fucking scary. There's a little port right here that Cody just plops into. There's also an Arukenimon miniature. Very small, not super well painted, but I mean at this scale, really. Unfortunately, Arukenimon, unlike Cody, doesn't exactly have a spot to sit, so I guess just put her in the web. And then we come to the balls. Now, I only have 2 of the balls. There's meant to be 3. And the one I'm missing is, you can see here, this is the Crest of Knowledge. There is a purple one, which is the Crest of Reliability. I guess it was a liability and I lost it. To be honest, I never actually owned this until very recently, so a lot of these deluxe playsets are missing a lot of figures, so it's very hard to track down a complete set. However, I do have my personal favorite, this orange one, and if we look very closely, you can see it's an Armadillomon. You can see his little face, his shell, his underside. So technically this is another Armadillomon figure that I own. There's not really a heck of a lot you can do. I'm not even sure what the point of the game is, but I mean, you can drop the balls down here and they fall out. That's nice. I almost forgot. Back inside here, there is a second door just on the right-hand side. Let me see if I can get with my nail. No, just use a fucking toothpick. Fuck it. There you go. A lot of these secondhand don't come with this door. I guess it's just an alternative path for your ball to come in and pop out the side here. There you go. Cool. However, this isn't just Armadillomon, because there are some other accessories that come too. You get 2 Digimon claws, 2 Digimon drills, and a Digimon helmet. I do like that they somewhat peg together, but I don't know if that's intentional. And we can actually Digivolve him. First things first, you want to bend Armadillomon's leg so he's standing up on his hind legs. And you want to take these claws and peg them into here. Next, you want to take these drills and take these pegs and peg them into his arms. Paws, whatever. And finally, we go to the Digimon helmet. There's a peg here that pegs into the diamond. And we have Digimon. Does this count? Does this fucking count? Articulation remains the same, except now you've got a very tight swivel here. It's goofy, but it's fine. Another thing I want to show off is the D3, I guess, adventure device? The pedometer shaking device. Unfortunately, this is the inferior Western version. More specifically, version 1. But you can see that I do have Armadillomon unlocked. You get to decide which Digimon you start the game with, and of course I picked Armadillomon. One of my letdowns about this device is the Digi-Eggs. You can't use these Digi-Eggs to unlock the extra armor evolutions. So this cannot get me Bormon. But if I had Vmon, the inferior option, I could have Flamedramon. It does have really nice sprite work of the Digi-Eggs from the show. I don't really like the sprites for the armor evolutions, or any of the evolutions, but I do like the base. There are different ways to unlock the Digi-Eggs. However, I do want to talk about the Digivolving. As you can see, Armadillomon can Digivolve into Ankylomon. Funnily enough, this is unlocked by beating Black War Greymon. You bet your sweet bippy I kicked his ass with Armadillomon. In order to progress, you'll see that there is a distance marker. Whenever you shake the device, the distance drops. There are random encounters that you can battle, and it's just essentially walk to the end and finish. It's alright. I do wish it was a little more engaging, but it's fine. I guess if you're gay, you can select the other Digimon from Digimon Adventure 02. But why mess with the best? My major complaint about this device is it takes so fucking long for an encounter to happen. Holy shit. Oh, that fucking took so long. Holy shit. But we have a battle. This allows you to Digivolve into your armor evolutions. This is to Digivolve to the next stage. You can switch your party member, or you can run away like a little bitch. We're gonna Digivolve. We're gonna go with the Chad option. I'm not a big fan of the battle system. To charge your attacks, you need to shake the device. I'm not a big fan of this. I wish it was mashing buttons or doing anything else but shaking. And this is pretty much the whole reason why I've never done a series where I could just beat the game with just Armadillomon, because it would take too fucking long to shake it. The only other thing left to do is talk about its connection feature. It's time for Armadillomon to face himself. Unfortunately, it seems Bandai knows what they were doing by making it error out. And it's a bit unfortunate, as it just seems to be very selective on what it can and can't battle. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. It's just the magic of Bandai.
Fuck off!
Probably the coolest Armadillomon thing that I own, and probably will ever own, is this box set right here. If you're not familiar, these box sets were released around Digimon Adventure and Digimon Adventure 02, and features little minifigures of the cast from the shows. Here's another image. In case you wanted to get War Greymon, you need to get some bitch called Hawkmon. Hawkmon? Hawktua? Man, I'm fucking late to that. I'm surprised I didn't make a video on that. There's not much on the side of the box here. You get the names of the Digimon that are included in the set. Get a nice little portrait of the Digimon that are on the front of the box, in case you weren't sure. I'm fairly certain these are the names written here. I don't speak weeb. Bottom of the box... Oh, let me flip that around. Bottom of the box, got a nice little Upamon. Top of the box laddie. Metal Garurumon and Armadillomon hanging out. And yet another blurb of who's in the box. You also get a nice card with nothing on the back. So, let's fuck this off and have a look at the main star of the show. The painting and sculpting on this little Armadillomon figure is incredible. I absolutely adore his little handprints. That's so adorable, and I'm glad that they added them in. I also like that he looks like he's waving at you. However, yeah, he's very close to the ground, and you don't get to see much of his face. Besides that, everything else is as you'd expect. Everything's proportionate. I just wish he wasn't so close to the ground. I guess we can also look at the US version of this figure. This is the American Armadillomon. Again, very close to the ground, but you might notice something a bit off. That massive fuck-off tail. Armadillomon doesn't have a massive tail. I don't know how they managed to stretch it out this much. It just seems weird. It's almost as if this was a redesign similar to Agumon and Digimon Savers. Besides that, it's fairly decent. I do prefer the Japanese version, to be honest, because it's got better proportions, especially on the face. I mean, this doesn't look right. And it does have better quality control. As someone who collects the US miniature figures, this little notch here on Armadillomon's ear is not uncommon. In fact, I've got a few other figures that have these weird cutoffs. They're mass-produced, and they don't go through a lot of quality control. But, I mean, this is fine. It's perfectly serviceable. I just wish he wasn't so close to the ground. I wish he was up and at him, had a nice pose.
Touch me. Touch me harder.
Let's have a look at another miniature Armadillomon figure. I don't know what I think about this guy, to be honest. It's just not even close to Armadillomon. Like, what fucking pose is this? When does Armadillomon ever do this? Fuck out of here.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Next on the review block, gold and silver. Oh fuck, hang on, that's not right. It's these ones. Starting with this little silver figure, I absolutely adore him. I think it's just the silver texture that they have on him, and it is a very nice pose. A little close to the ground for my liking, but that's okay. I'm not sure what he came from, or if he was part of a set, but for the novelty of a gold and silver Armadillomon, I kinda like it. It's not the first time I've got a weird fucking recolor Digimon that I like a lot. So, it's cool. I like it. The gold one can be broken apart into different pieces. And I guess you can put Armadillomon's tail in his head and make him armadillo sperm. So I guess that's something. Money shot. I think I need to take this video down and put it on another website. But let's quickly assemble this boy right now. And here you have it. I actually really like the texturing on this guy. He's made out of a very soft plastic, but it's not that kind of soft plastic that easily bends. So it does return to its natural state. I just love how shiny he is. He looks incredible. And paired with the silver Armadillomon, sure, they're not in the same pose, but it's still really cool to have a gold and silver representation of my boy. I'm not sure where the fuck I'm meant to put this in the video. I've been looking at this thing thinking, this is probably the dumbest Armadillomon thing I own, but... oh. There we go. I'm not sure where the fuck this came from or what it is, but it's just Armadillomon's official art printed on... I'm assuming gold? I actually don't know. It is metal, and... see if the microphone picks it up, hang on. It's fairly decent, and the claws actually feel pretty nice to rub your thumb up against. I think this is just meant to be for your key rings, but you'll scratch off the paint, so I don't know. Still, as far as a little trinket goes, it's fairly nice. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I fucking hate the Power Rangers, but if I got a magic coin that transforms me into Armadillomon, I'll fucking do it. Armadillomon! I really, really adore this. I think this was released along the Digimon Adventure The Beginning movie, because a lot of the characters got their own, I guess, power coin. And this just happens to be Armadillomon. I do find it a little strange that it's orange when Cody's Digivice is yellow. But, I mean, it's gold, so I guess it makes it stand out more. So I overall don't feel that upset about it. I'm not splitting hairs over this, but there you go. Nice little trinket. Little trinky dink. If you've ever been to Japan, then you know that they're obsessed with these little fucking machines called gachipons. I don't know what those are, but here's a couple of gachipon Armadillomons that I have. The fuck is this? The fuck is this? What the fuck is this? It's Armadillomon, alright. This is really badly painted. It's just crap. But its head does swivel from side to side, and if you want to be really granular, this is technically a transforming figure. Armadillomon D-Digivolve to Upamon. I guess it's a 2-in-1. I do believe this is a bootleg version of that same toy. If you put the two together, you'll see that they're in very similar poses. They're the exact same size. It's just this guy doesn't have a swiveling head. I do admit its paint is a bit better. But its eyes... I mean, which one has the better eyes here? Which one? I'm not sure. Kiss. Oh, shit.
You are go home.
It's a shame that those gachapons were pretty shit, but this one really makes up for it. I fucking adore this one. Of course, it's missing a lot of paint, which is actually surprising given that this is Japanese. No paint on the claws, no paint in the mouth, the tail is orange. But this is a really nice pose for Armadillomon. He's just a good boy. He's sitting there, he's smiling. I love it. He's perfect. Ish. I do wish the mouth was painted. The orange tail and lack of claws, I could excuse as long as the mouth was painted. It just goes into Uncanny Valley. However, as far as cheap gachapon minifigures go, this is my favorite. He is proportionate. He's fairly well detailed, especially in the shell and the head and the eyes. Again, it's just those smaller painted details that I wish were there. If only I could get a miniature Armadillomon that was perfect. Oh, what's this? What is this? This is a keychain Armadillomon, and it's really cool. I love this. This is a perfect figure representation of Armadillomon. Everything's in the right position, everything's proportionate, everything is painted. It's great. It's just a shame about this. Oh, where does this lead to? Oh. Cancer. Yeah. I don't like Ankylomon. I really do. He's just not a Digimon that I get excited for. I will give credit where credit's due. Again, everything's painted. Everything's in the right place. It's just a shame that this is attached to a superior figure. I would like this one a lot more if it didn't have terminal cancer attached to it.
Macaroni with the chicken strips.
A very recent figure that came out is this Armadillomon memory counter that was included in the Digimon Adventure box number 3. It also came with a promo card, and it looks fairly decent. I do think his head is a little too angular, but it's really nice, super expressive, and a very dynamic pose. I get that the white little stick hanging out here might be a turnoff to some people. I get that, but how else are you meant to display it? This is a really cool figure, and it looks really good with the other ones from the set. I only have Hawkmon. I recommend tracking these down because they're very easy to find and somewhat cheap if you want to get a box of cards as well. I just wish the head wasn't so short. I need to free him, but I can't for the video. If only I had a second one. Fuck. This is... I mean, it's a little squashed, which, I mean, makes sense. But it's very cute. I do wish it had a separation across the shell like most other Armadillomon toys and figures. But it's cute. I think it's meant to hang off your little bag as you go around the town. Have a little Armadillomon hanging there. But it's fine. I just wish it stood up.
Skip it up and down up.
One of my personal favorite Armadillomon figures that I have is this bootleg. I got it a very long time ago, and it's just something that I adore. It looks goofy, it's wrong, everything's in the wrong details. This just looks fucked. Like, you can see the lead on the paint. But I just wish I had the original. Bing! Okay. There you go. This is the official figure, as opposed to this one. This is actually a finger puppet. If you look in here, you can see where your hand is meant to go. It's meant to go in there. And you put your little finger in, and you can now be Armadillomon.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good
having
morning.
me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
I do like this as well. Everything's painted. It's got all its details that it would ever need. And I mean, the bootleg, the two look funny together. I really like these two together.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Probably one of the weirdest Armadillomon things that I own is this thing here. It's not painted. It's got a weird little hole cut out here and a little funnel. The stickers are coming off. It's not painted. But it does have this weird button, which gets stuck very, very easily. But what's through here? Inside are different slides from the Digimon Adventure 02 anime. I do like this a lot. It's just a shame that this button gets stuck a lot, and it can skip slides if it's stuck down too hard. But it's fine. It's definitely unique, and that's what would make the best Armadillomon. Being unique is what I would say if this thing didn't exist. Oh, I hear you complaining. Oh, it's just a fucking D3. But, eat my ass, it's Armadillomon. This is another sliding picture show. Instead of clicking a button, you rotate this wheel at the top. There's no other functionality, there's no buttons or anything. However, the slides used for this particular slider are from Digimon Adventure 02, the second episode, where the man of the hour, Armadillomon, was introduced. It makes sense, but I just kinda wished it was a bit more involved. Another popular Armadillomon toy that you'd see floating around is this action figure. It's actually a really cool figure. Everything is painted in the right details, but you might notice this wheel, if you slide it across a surface, it's got a nice little digging feature. This figure is so nice, I got it twice. It's just missing its tail. And this figure is so nice that I got it thrice. But it's a bootleg, and it's missing an arm. Everything's painted, everything's in the right details. It's great, it's perfect, I love it. Oh man. Oh, me oh my. I really, really wish I didn't have to push any Armadillomon. I just wish it could move on its own. Oh. I fucking adore the fact that this comes in a little carrying case with a little handle. This is so funny. If you pop it open, you can take out Armadillomon, and yeah, it's definitely Armadillomon. This is probably the most hunched I've seen Armadillomon's back, and its belly is blown out. Read into that as you will. It does have a little wind-up feature, so let's give it a quick test.
Alright, wind it up and let's have a look. Up. It was almost like he was self-aware, like a Roomba. Hey.
If I had a nickel for every wind-up Armadillomon toy that I own, I would have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Not content with not having their own wind-up Armadillomon toy, Bandai America decided to make their own. This one is a lot bigger to the little Japanese hunchback here, but it's got a fairly well detailed Armadillomon. It's a shame that his face is a little pointed and this part here juts out a lot. Which brings me on to one of my biggest complaints. This thing is very easy to lose. It pops off so easily, and a lot of secondhand listings of this toy are missing this front piece. And it sucks because this is an important piece to the Armadillomon. So, let's return to the wind-up lab and give him a test.
This one requires a little bit of transformation. As you can see, there's slots here that all bring these together. So you push down on here, on this part of the shell, lock it in, push down here on the front. It's very sensitive, that one. And you should have something like this. Let's give it an old, let me just put my finger on it so it shuts the fuck up. Give it a little wind. Let's lock this back into place. And you're meant to just drop it, so.
Hello there.
General Kenobi!
I probably have the coolest Armadillomon thing that I could possibly think of. And it's this guy right here. This Armadillomon toy is incredible. He's just absolutely incredible. The sculpting is exact and perfect, and he's articulated as well. The shoulder is on a ball joint, which allows it to move outwards a little, very nicely inwards. Goes about that high and about that low. It is cut off a lot by this armor piece here, but that's okay. There's a swivel at the bicep, gives you a full 360 rotation, and the front paw is on a hinge joint. The back legs are on ball joints, has a very nice spread, moves up that high and back that far, and there is a hinge joint here at the knee, which allows it to come all the way out and all the way in. And the feet are on ball joints. There is a hinge joint here at the base of the tail, which allows it to go that far, and there's a hinge joint there, but no friction, so it just droops. I guess technically you can also include here, as this has a hinge joint here, which allows it to, I guess, look down that far. With the articulation the way it is, you can get some really nice poses out of this guy. For a quick size comparison, here he is next to the quintessential Digivolving figure, the Digivolving Agumon. It's a lot smaller, which sucks for scaling purposes, but that's okay. My only complaint about this figure is the unpainted details. For example, Armadillomon's arms are yellow here. There's no armor plating color on his shin, and the white bits are missing from his shell. But I think that's by design. It stops any kind of paint transfer. Paint transfer? Why would that matter? Well... And here he is. Digimon, the drill of power. I used to say knowledge, but this just sounds better. All in all, this figure is really fucking cool. All the details are in the right places. It's somewhat proportionate. I do believe that these claws stick out a little too much for my liking. The scoop arms aren't super important. I mean, they barely function in the show as it is. I think the only time it was ever important was when he was scooping up Vmon. But that's it. It still maintains somewhat of the same articulation. There's nothing at the drill, unfortunately. There is a swivel joint at the connection where the paw meets the drill pad, and the drills can move in and out. There is a hinge joint at the ankle, and a slight hinge joint here at the base of the knee. Of course, you still maintain the Armadillomon articulation for the legs, so you can get quite a lot of wide poses out of this, which is really nice. The claws are connected by a ball joint, which allows it to go up and down. The ball joint is on a hinge, which allows it to come in. There is a second set of hinges here, which allows you to get even closer. And if you want to move this one more time, well, there you go. There's a second hinge. Some wings here, which are connected by a ball joint, but they may as well not even be here. I guess for a comparison, here he is next to this Digimon, and here he is next to this Digimon. I'm not talking about this one today because this is an Armadillomon video, so fuck out of here. But why is this figure so cool, Jordan? I hear you ask. Well, there is also... Oh! And with a completely new set of armor parts, we get Submarimon. Let's just pretend that I have this dorsal fin. How friggin' cool is this concept? You have one base Digimon figure, and with different armor parts, you get a completely different Digimon. This is incredible. There is a ball joint here at the front dorsal fin. There is also a ball joint here for the rear dorsal fins. The legs still remain the same. There's no articulation at the head. And there is a swivel joint here at the propeller. I guess the only complaint is there's no cover piece here for the bottom, but it's alright. Also, the missing dorsal fin would have been attached by a ball joint, so I guess you could swivel it if you wanted to. Missing piece aside, I didn't get it for the armor pieces. This is just a nice extra. I got it for the base figure. And you can't deny how friggin' cool this is. And as cool as this figure is, there is one problem. You see, the way that this figure was released was very scummy in my opinion. This figure set released in 2 waves. Wave 1, which was the base figure and the armor pieces for one of the eggs, and then an expansion set, which was just the armor pieces for the secondary egg that was found in the show. Except if you're Patamon, fuck you, and Gardamon doesn't exist. The way that this was released was extremely scummy, and it makes me wish that these figures were released in bundles instead of separately on their own. Especially if you're a Vmon fan, because technically speaking, this is a quadruple changer because Magnamon exists. If you want a better view of these figures, then I recommend you go check out Actar Raikit's video series on this entire set. I'll leave a link in the description to the playlist below.
ウケントラモン先輩、ずっと好きでした。ぜひ付き合ってください。
Though technically not an Armadillomon product, I do want to bring this up. The Digimon Pendulum Z, Deep Savers. With... ah boy. This sprite is so fucking beautiful. It really captures the Armadillomon character. Everything's in the right place. It has all its details. It's just missing a little colour. If only someone would mod it onto a pendulum colour. Go watch that video. All in all though, I actually really like the Pendulum Z, and it's just grown on me since. Built off the board of the DMX, one of the most popular Digimon devices to date, to be honest. I do have to admit that I don't particularly like the shell pattern. I'm not sure if I like this checkerboard style that they went with. However, I will admit that I love it on the Wind Guardians. I think the Wind Guardians is the champion device as far as shells go. Plus, for Deep Savers, I'm not a big fan of blue on blue. It doesn't really pop out and it just seems very monochromatic. Now you might be looking at this and thinking, hang on, what the fuck? Deep Savers? Armadillomon's obviously nature spirits. And Yeah, I agree. It's kinda weird. However, it makes a lot of sense when you consider what they were going for with the Pendulum Zeds overall. You see, Armadillomon, as well as the rest of the 02 cast, are guestmon, similar to the Ghost Game cast being guestmons on the Pendulum covers. And it's such an awesome idea, because the whole idea of 02 is jogressing. So it makes a lot of sense for them to be on a device about jogressing. However, it is a little bit of a stretch to put Armadillomon on the Deep Savers, so they had to justify it by putting Submarimon on the base roster. I guess it kind of makes sense, and it's funnily enough the only armor evolution that's in the Pendulum Zeds. I don't really have a heck of a lot to say about this device, so let me just quickly run over all the other mons on this line, and just give you a quick synopsis of which ones I think are cool. Supermon's just a little dumpling. I fucking love this guy. Upamon's just Armadillomon's head. Swimmon actually looks pretty tasty. I would probably eat this guy. Gizamon's pretty cool, but I'm still trying to figure out how he fits into the version 5. Like, what Godzilla monster was he meant to represent? Sangomon's pretty funny. I like Sangomon. Agunimon's alright. I just don't get why he's a rookie. Agumon! I don't really have much to say about Agumon, but I do like the fact that they used the original sprite instead of the new Pendulum sprite for him. He is an ugly fucking motherfucker. Is that meant to be a missile in his tits? I don't know. I like Shell Numamon, he's probably my favourite Numamon. However, I don't like the redesigned sprite. They should have kept the version 6. Submarimon's probably my favourite armor form for Armadillomon. It's literally just Armadillomon in a submarine. It's really cool. The only complaint I have is the sprite's angled in a way that he's looking directly at you instead of to the side. It just seems a bit weird compared to all the other ones that are looking to the side. Shellmon's funny. I think he's cool. I just don't get his sprite. It's just weird. Frigimon. Frigimon's cool. You can't hate Frigimon. I just think Hookmon's really, really funny. Fuck this guy. I actually really like Burning Greymon. He's probably my favourite from Frontier. Greymon's alright. He just seems a little oversaturated at this point. This was a new Digimon, and holy shit is he amazing. I love Chimeramon, and I love the idea of making another Chimeramon, except this time it's just deep-sea creatures. This guy's actually really cool. I like him. The only complaint I have is I feel like this should be a Mega level, not an Ultimate. Smash. I don't really have much to say about Waru Seadramon or Mega Seadramon. I just love the fact that the sprite's just a complete recolor of the original Mega Seadramon sprite. I still don't know how I feel about this Digimon. Even after watching it in Ghost Game, I just don't have a strong opinion on it. It's whatever. I'm actually really glad they made this guy. Metal Piranhamon was a Digimon that was around for a long time, and giving him a previous form is pretty cool. And he actually looks amazing. This guy's just straight up goofy and I fucking love him. This thing's just stupid. What the fuck is this supposed to be? Good old Metal Greymon. Nothing beats it. An oldie but a goodie. You can't go wrong with it. But I do think that Cthulhumon would have taken its slot had it been invented. He's just a fluffy man. This guy is really cool. I can't pronounce his name. He's really cool. But what the fuck is his design? Seriously. Good old Dragon Boat. He's funny. Smash. Leviamon's pretty cool, but I think he's probably the weakest design out of the Demon Lords, and that's because it doesn't really represent the sin that he's supposed to be. Slash Angemon's the perfect evolution for Shikaomon. I hope they keep it. And if you're one of those fucking idiots that think Clevis Angemon's supposed to be Shikaomon's evolution, do yourself a favor, just turn your neck, all the way until you hear a pop. Shit on Frontier all you want, but you have to admit, Emperor Greymon's fucking amazing. I don't really have much I want to say about War Greymon. He's fucking cool. And that's all that he needs to be. He's alright. He's not subtle or nuanced, but he's alright. It's pretty cool to see Armageddon in any kind of capacity. I just find it weird that his sprite got redesigned. Susanomon's a really cool Digimon. You can't take that away from him, even if he is from Frontier. I don't really have much I'd say about Omegamon. I kinda wish he had hands though. I don't really like the Bond of Crest Digimons, especially Agumon. It just seems stupid. I really like the movie that Paladin Mode shows up in, but I still like Dragon Mode more. Now, I do want to be honest while we're on the subject of V-Pets. There is one thing that released not too long ago that I don't own, and that is the Vital Bracelet BE Memory Dims Red and Yellow. I just refuse to get a fucking BE, especially now that the app's closed and there's no way to physically battle your friends in person. So, unfortunately, this is one I'm just never going to get. Unless I take matters into my own hands. Now this may look like your average Gamamon dim, but if you turn it around, it's probably the closest I'm going to get to drawing Armadillomon with a Sharpie. So, let's rip it out, and I'm so sorry, Gessomon. Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry, Gessomon. This is your official eviction notice. The dim has been accepted. Set up your vitals. What's good about this is the fact that it's actually a green screen, so I can chroma key some shit in here. It'll be great. But our egg starts to hatch, and doesn't that egg look a little familiar? Like a certain particular pattern that I'm not meant to have access to on a Digivice V. Well, yep, it's Subamon. When life gives you lemons, I make lemonade. And literally this is just my Digimon partner line slapped on a Guilmon dim with a couple of extra bonus megas. So, instead of just looking at a Digimon that I'm not reviewing, let's have one that I prepared earlier. And here he is, Armadillomon. Now, there is one more thing that I did do. Gave it the Digimon Professor background. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Hell yeah, baby. So, I guess now, I just wait I guess I wait a minute, and I can do some missions with this guy. Time to squat. Oh. Sorry, this just feels like a natural motion to me. There you go. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? So there you go. Will I make a video on this? Probably not. This is probably the only time I'm ever going to feature this, is for this one video. And that's it. But there you go. Oh, fuck. I didn't think of an outro. Subscribe to Dom Uchu. Bye.
Small item.